Good morning or evening, depending where you are in the world. But today, I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek regarding productivity and what I do in the mornings to help more or less run 3 businesses at once, between being in the gym, working with online coaches who are looking to build their fitness business, and then my own online fitness business. So really what it comes down to for me is I break my morning up into time blocks, meaning I break my time into different segments that I use to help me stay healthy, energetic, and productive throughout the day. And honestly, I think this is a huge key to success because as you know, most people who struggle with fitness, it's because time. And when you're able to become more proficient and more effective with the time that you do have, it leaves you more willpower later out throughout the day. It lets you make the decisions that are going to help you be proactive in taking action towards your goals. So, like I said, we'll just do a little bit of a sneak peek on what I do. I am still drinking coffee. Man, I normally don't do videos in the morning, so we'll see how this goes. This is my Okinawa coffee cup from Japan. My brother got this for me. Currently in the Navy, so shout out to you, brother. He's out in the Middle East right now, so hopefully all that's going well. But let's get down to action. We're gonna be moving around a little bit for this one. It's gonna be MTV Cribs, Eric Bach Performance style. So generally what happens, I'm getting up between 4:30 and 5:30 each morning. I do not set a hard time because quite honestly, I used to get up around 3:30 or 4 to be more productive. But at the end of the day, I was cutting out way too much sleep, and then I was using way too much caffeine to try to stay energetic throughout the day. So kind of a sliding scale between 4:30 and 5:30 now, because at the end of the day, if you are not sleeping, you're really going to have a point of diminishing returns in terms of the amount of energy and the amount of productivity you're going to be able to have throughout the day. So we'll say generally I wake up at 4:30. Obviously I wake up and I go pee because that's what everybody does when they wake up in the morning. And right from there, I pretty much have everything set out for my morning. So we are going to go around the crib for a moment. So generally, I walk into the bathroom, everything is set up. I set up my clothes the night before and actually still have my workout clothes for later. Boom, right there. And yeah, it sounds kind of OCD, but the fact that I'm able to set up my clothes beforehand leads to one less decision I need to make throughout the day. And as you know, as you're making decisions throughout the day, willpower is a muscle. And when that muscle gets fatigued, that's when we're more likely to say, fuck it, I'm going to order some pizza, or fuck it, I'm not going to go to the gym today. So in order to reduce the number of fuck it's, I try to get rid of decisions early on in the day, and it lets me be more productive and proactive towards what I really want to accomplish. Coming up after 4:30, generally I'll have a shake right away. So I already had mine, but I'm just going to get this out. And so I've got my shake right here. I've got a little vanilla protein. I've got a green supplement in there. That just helps me get everything moving, helps me, kind of bridge the gap. Most of us don't have enough veggies, so a green supplement's an easy way to, boost digestion, boost overall health, and get those veggies that most of us are missing. With that, like I said, I'll probably have about 30 grams of lean protein. It keeps me full, and just make sure I hit my goals throughout the day without having to take a long break to have a more substantial breakfast. Beyond that, I will generally take, I got some Onic krill oil here, just improve insulin sensitivity, fish oil, good for heart health, all that stuff. It generally is better to break fish oil up throughout the day. So if you are taking a fish oil, I wouldn't try to dose a bunch at one time, but break it up throughout the day, and that's going to allow you to, just have a better overall effect from the supplements. Moving on from there, generally I have I've got a number of different Facebook groups and profiles that are running at any given time, and social media can be a major time suck, as you probably know. So what I do is I generally use a note, like the notes document in my phone, and I'll create actually my Facebook statuses the night before. I will log on to Facebook, I will log on to my Facebook page, Bach Performance page, and I will post that stuff, and I will immediately delete the app from my phone for the day. So each day, I have to re-download the app and put it back on, because otherwise I will get lost on my phone and just not get shit done. So in terms of a quick thing you can do to be more productive and not necessarily waste all your time on Facebook, unless you're in my Facebook groups, just download that shit and then delete it, because like I said, you can get lost in Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff for hours on end. Moving on. So one place that a lot of people struggle, and this might be you, it's tough to be proactive. It's really easy to be reactive and look directly at email. I'm sorry, the dog is groaning over there. He needs his walk, which we'll talk about in a second. Jeez. Creature. Let's check this out for a second. What are you doing? Bear. Come on, man. Anyway, that's my assistant rolling around on the floor. I'm not sure what he's doing, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so generally what happens is when we start in the morning, we're like looking at email, looking at all these different things. It gets very easy to be lost in the day before it really gets going. It's easy to, man, there he is again. It is easy to look ahead and always be reacting to somebody else's problems rather than being proactive towards your goals. So this could be checking email. This could be, you know, any number of things that get you directly off task. So what I tend to do, sorry guys, I'm trying to get my notes back up because my computer timed out. What I tend to do is try to set a proactive task right away. So for me, that means I want to be reading something, or I want to be, you know, studying a course or something that I'm personally working on to better my skills as a trainer, better my business knowledge, and different things like that. So the first hour for me, proactive. I'm going to study, I'm going to read, just do something to improve like myself, improve my ability to get better. Because if you're not consistently working on yourself, well, honestly, I'm a firm believer that you are never really staying the same. You're getting better, getting worse. If you make that choice to get better each morning with the first thing that you do, you're going to be ahead of the game and ahead of the curve, whether that's fitness, business, whatever you're trying to improve. So from that, honestly, that takes me up to about 6 a.m. or 7. Like I said, I have that kind of floating scale depending on the time. And then that's when I have my first coffee. With this guy right here. He's bothering me a little bit. Just kidding. Man, isn't he nice? And then, so I'll feed him, I'll make coffee, I'll go for a walk. And generally whenever I'm going for a walk, I'm listening to a podcast, I'm listening to an audiobook. You know, whenever I'm doing things like that, or if I'm in the car, taking time to, you know, learn something additional rather than completely zone out, for me, just provides another opportunity to, you know, to hone my craft, to get a little bit better each day. You know, you don't have to take notes, you don't have to be crazy about it, but you know, just little things like that that most of us say, I don't have time to read, I don't have time to study, I don't have time to get better. You know, maximize the time that you do have, whether you're walking around, whether you're in the car. I believe it was Brian Tracy who said, you know, turn your car into a mobile library. So if you're able to do that, you're going to be able to, you know, learn a little bit faster and accelerate the learning curve and stay ahead of the game. So we'll say it's been about half an hour from there, and it's about 6:30, and essentially what happens is then I go into larger time blocks. I believe it was the Juilliard study that looked at violinists and the highest performing violinists and determined that more or less the body works best in 45 to 90 minute time blocks that are focused completely on one activity. And I mean, hit like if you really relate to this, but like if you're doing, say if you're writing something or working on a big project, then all of a sudden different things start happening. You start getting Facebook statuses, you start getting calls and texts. It gets really easy to get off track. And when you get off track, you're not going to be as productive. So by blocking out all distractions for, you know, 45 to 90 minutes and working in those time blocks and focusing on being more productive, you're going to be able to get a lot more done, especially in terms of, you know, creative work. So if you are somebody who has to do any writing, who has to do any, you know, sending out emails, stuff like that, that really requires deep, high-end thinking, set up time blocks early on in your day, and you'll definitely be more productive in terms of getting those done. Mostly what I determine what I need to get done is before my day starts, I create what I call my list of MITs. And this is something we work with all of our business coaching clients on, defining the 3 most important tasks, limit at 3, that you need to do to build your business or move forward each day. You can apply this to fitness as well. So it's like, you know, if my MITs include working out, that's going to help me, you know, become a better person, become a better spouse, become a better, just more productive, or help improve my health. An MIT might be working out, and working out is going to be something you want to get done in the morning. But because you're determining those most important tasks first and foremost, you have a plan. And, you know, personally, I find if I am not feeling productive throughout the day, like that is the worst feeling in the world for me. I'm like what the hell did I just do with my entire day? So defining what's important and taking action on it right away is going to help you move the needle a little bit faster and help you stay in feeling accomplished with each of your days. Let's see, what else do I have down here? Yeah, in terms of when I'm working on something creative, I am not listening to music with words or anything like that I actually have to consciously think about. The TV's not on. Personally, I believe that your brain can either consume or produce something at the same time. So if you're listening to something that's really stimulating you, really having you think about like lyrics and stuff like that, you know, it might be taking you off task and lowering your productivity level. So just something to think about. I tend to listen to something like Glitch Mob. It's got a little bit more energy in it. You know, sometimes I'll find Josh Vietti has some pretty cool like violin songs. I can't believe I'm listening to violin, but you know, it's high energy, and I find it really, really soothing and still letting me focus. Beyond that, I will use an app called Self Control. I will see if I can pull it up for you guys for 1 second here. And Self Control is an application that blocks certain sites from you no matter what you do. So, okay, let's see. You guys are going to see my notes. Here's Self Control. So if I click Self Control, I pop up, and I have a blacklist of websites that I cannot go on for a select amount of time. So Twitter, GoDaddy, LinkedIn, Facebook, social media, all that stuff. And then when I click Start, I'm not going to do it because I have some shit to do. Then I can no longer go on those sites until that time is done. And unless I restart my computer or go and change the actual day, like on the back end of my Mac, then I can't get back on. But Self Control is an excellent app for you to be more productive with your day and block out the sites that tend to be more of a time suck. So I really recommend that. So yeah, really beyond that, guys, my big thing is in the morning, if you have big goals or really have things you want to accomplish, you have to be proactive towards those goals. You can't be always reacting to everything around you. You can't be getting lost in the time suck of Facebook, getting stuck checking your email while you're laying in bed and you're rubbing your eyes and all that shit. No, just get up, get going, but be proactive towards your goals instead of reacting to the world around you. That's what you need to do, whether it's trying to become more successful like with your business, with your career, stuff like that. Not saying I know it all, but I know a lot of people who do know it all. Just like I said, take advantage when willpower is the highest and go from there. So a couple things that are going to help you get started in that. I mentioned the Self Control app, being proactive, but here are a couple books that will be very helpful. Here's one, The One Thing by Gary Keller. The One Thing helps you focus on primarily, you know, what's the one thing that you can do to move forward towards your goals each day, and finding ways to create the importance for that. Next up, looks like my dog had a hold of that one. You can tell a little bite mark right there. Thanks, buddy. You have a good nap. Power of Full Engagement. So the power in full engagement, as you can tell by the subtext, managing energy, not time, is the key to high performance and personal renewal. Highly recommend that one. And this is my recent favorite from Craig Ballantyne. If you guys are not checking out Craig Ballantyne on a regular basis, his stuff is absolutely incredible. And this is the perfect day formula. Now, I just had a call come in, so sorry, I'm not sure if that popped up for you guys, but the Perfect Day Formula, yes, absolutely excellent book. Some good research to get you guys going. Guys, that's about it. So, like I said, in terms of productivity, if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to drop me a question in the comments below. I'll make sure I get to those throughout the day. I do need to delete Facebook off my phone again for the next few hours. Like I said, I'm kind of neurotic, but it helps me get a lot of shit done and manage and grow 3 businesses at once. So, hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you soon, and have a good day. Bye.